Hi guys, I'm Joel, I create games, and today I want to work on just one small thing with the enemies and an overworld. So this is what the overworld looks like right now. It's basically just a single plane. There's a city, there's a mine, and you can walk between them. Um, what I want to do is create an overworld event. So overworld events might be in the form of enemies that attack you, or it might be in the form of random shops that appear while you're traveling. Um, Also, things might not necessarily always appear as they seem. What might appear to be an attack might turn out to be an event. What might be an event might sort of end up becoming an attack, potentially. In the overworld, this is where you will basically. So yeah, I want to make one of those. And I'm going to start with a goblin attack. So I'm going to make a little map that's going to be a wooded area, and I'm going to make a uh, little goblin character that's going to attack me. And I want to make two things when that happens. I want a roll that decides whether it's an encounter or an attack. The attack will be the most likely. Actually, the encounter will be quite rare. But I'll be able to manipulate those and balance those later, and I can change those for testing purposes. And that enemy will sort of stand somewhere, and when you get close, it will move towards you. And I might even give it sort of patrols and things like that. So yeah, I'll see what I can do, and I'll see you soon. Okay. Okay, so I'm back, and it's been a couple days, because I've been doing quite a lot recently. But I've done a couple things as well. So the first thing that I've done is I have created uh, another scene. This is the forest. So there's the forest, and there's also now, so there was the cave, and now there's the forest. And the second thing that I've done is I've created a buffing enemy. It's this one with a purple nose. And basically what that does is it rolls to see if it's going to hit itself or the enemy, and if it hits the enemy, it will buff the enemy, and then if it hits itself, it'll actually just attack the character. Or if it hits an enemy that is already dead, it'll attack the character. And so that's what that does. I'll just give you a little look. Increase the health. And so I'm just going to move my character along. They see the enemy. Oh well, they see me. And this character is going to buff. So we actually look to this guy. So if I go to that character, you will see there's the buff enemy, and there's the enemy, and its stats. Its health is actually higher than its max health, and it's been buffed in different stats, right? So that's what that did. So that's my buff character. That's another example of an enemy that is mechanically different from anything else, and it was made relatively quickly. The second thing, and the most important thing that I did, the actual thing that I did, since I've made a bunch of videos on like the swarm and the buff enemy recently, so I wanted to do something else, was this forest. So yeah, I made a forest. It's just in the same position as the goblin cave. Basically the idea is, as long as my levels start in the same place, I don't actually need to reposition my players. I can just basically move this thing here. And what I've done is, so I'm going to save this. What I've done is, if I open the overworld again, I've created a system where when I load a level, I can load up the
the cave if I were to enter a cave, using a string basically, that I put into the load scene. So I've changed the load scene and the scene sort of information packet that I send through to also include
like the dungeon scene name that I want to load up. But also I can go to this enemy here and it will follow me around. If I get away, it'll just go there and stop. But if I stand here and he touches me,
it will actually load the forest scene. And now I'm here, right? So that means that I can load different levels, different scenes, depending on who or what causes me, whoa, to do that. I want to know what that was about.
I'm going to fix that as soon as possible. Anyway, that's what I did.
Basically just loading in different scenes from different sources and creating an overworld sort of AI that is very basic, but will react to you being close to it. In the future, I want to add different
sort of movement patterns. Maybe it will patrol around, different enemies will appear at different levels and just start patrolling. There'll be different random events that might cause random enemies to spawn in areas. But for now, it allows you to, basically just load different dungeon levels in a very easy to code and expandable way. All right, cool.
Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon, where I will work on events in the overworld that include sort of more text-based, more sort of interactions with AIs, or like window-based UI sort of interactions.
But yeah, okay. See ya. Bye.